Yo, guys, Hangover Gang. Urb'n Barz brings you the best UK reactions to rap, hip hop, and urban music from all around the world. And guys, I stumbled on this track here for Tom's Day, guys. Hangover Gang, it's Tom's Day. And I stumbled on this track from our man Tom MacDonald almost by surprise. And guys, it's something that is really felt deep in my heart. This track from Tom MacDonald is called Anxiety, and I gather it is a spoken word track. But guys, more than this, anxiety is something that I've had from the first day I can even remember, guys. I was an anxious child. I don't know if I've told you before. I'm 6'1" now. I'm huge. I'm big. Whatever. This, that, and the third doesn't really matter. But as a child, I was tiny. If I turned around sideways, you wouldn't be able to see me. I was a stick. I was stick thin. What do they call it? Pencil neck? I don't know. All this sort of stuff. Whatever. I was small. I was so small. I was so small till I hit 13 years old, guys. I was so small that you couldn't see me. I was insignificant, guys. And to make matters worse, I was anxious, guys. I lived off of my nerves, off of my wits and everything, guys. I was really, really, yes, I was, guys. And it took a very, very long time for me to grow out of that, guys. And to be honest with you, guys, I still haven't grown out of that. I still have anxiety. I still am anxious and everything. And to be honest with you, guys, before I even start every recording, I am anxious. I am really da 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 da. And that's why, in some ways, guys, I know how I'm going to begin a recording and how I'm going to end it. Because if I start to think too much about it and start to think like all these other reactors do, I wouldn't be able to do it, guys. I need to know how I'm going to start and how I'm going to finish. What happens in between is what happens in between, and I can't control that, but I know that I can control how I start a reaction and how I end a reaction. But in between, it is what it is, and I'm just going to go with the flow. I've learned to do that over time, guys. I cannot control what happens after I press record and play, etc., but I can sort of, with how I introduce myself and how I finish each reaction, is more or less very, very similar, guys. A similar sort of theme. And it's because of anxiety and being anxious, etc., etc., I need to have a little bit of control over what I'm doing and what I'm saying. And even, guys, when I first started doing these reactions, I used to say all the time. I've learned from looking back at my reactions, guys, it was horrific when I first started doing this, guys. I wasn't a, what do you call it? I wasn't an orator. I wasn't a speaking person. I didn't like speaking out in public at all. But doing this has been an absolute godsend for me. It's helped me in so many ways. I'm much more confident than I ever used to be. I was really confident when I was doing things like boxing and stuff like that. But talking to people, I was not confident at all, guys. Not at all. So here at Urb'n Barz, guys, I am absolute evidence, guys. And to be honest with you don't believe me, go back to my first reactions when I first started doing this a year or so ago. Terrible. I mean, the ones I'm doing now, they're not very good either. But when I first started, I ummed and I ahed and I don't even know how I've managed to do it, guys. I don't edit these reactions almost at all. If I make a mistake, they more or less stay in. But I've got away from umming and ahhing. And to be honest with you, I have no idea how I've done that. Maybe it's because I'm a little bit more confident. I don't know. But that anxiety and being anxious plays a part into things. And I'm very, very self-conscious, guys. I'm very self-conscious. So whatever people think of me, I probably think 10 times worse. And it's the same with artists and people in pop and music and sport. I've spoken to so many people like that. So guys, anyway, without further ado, I just thought I'd better share that with you guys because, this is called Anxiety. I don't have a clue what Tom's going to say, guys. I think it's a spoken word. I just thought I'd share that with you because I've thought about sharing this stuff with you for a very long time, guys. A lot of people look at people who are on the camera all the time, on TV, on the news, blah, 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 pop stars, celebrities, etc., etc. But I can assure you that everyone has their own hang-ups. in one way or another. Mine has always been about anxiety. What do people think about you? What am I saying? Am I sounding okay? Am I sounding like I know what I'm talking about? Or I'm talking gibberish? Am I stuttering? And that was another thing, guys. I used to stutter badly, stammer until I was about 13 years old, really. So, yeah, one day I'll go into the stories and etc. etc. But I will chat with you guys in the comment section if you want to talk about it. But these things happen, and you can almost get yourself out of almost any situation, guys. It takes hard work and endeavor, but yeah, we can do that. Anyway, guys, it's Tom's Day. It's the beginning of the end of the week, or is it the end of the beginning of the week? I don't know. I really don't know. But it's Tom's Day. We want to celebrate our man Tom MacDonald. And guys, finally, this is anxiety.
I wake up feeling panicked. My pills are in the cabinet. It takes all the strength I have to just ignore them as I pass it. Man, I hope this feeling passes soon. Been hell and back, it's barely noon. I'm scared to go outside. Shit, I'm surprised I even left my room.
So our man is talking about his problem with pills, etc. He's woken up. He's panicked. He knows they're in the bathroom cabinet, etc., etc. So it's a case of they're there within his grasp. But it's the fact that he wants it and he doesn't want it both at the same time. Really? It's one of those things, guys. But also, I like the way they've double tracked his vocal. So you've got him right out front and center, but then you've got a lower Tom MacDonald in the background, sort of just almost emphasizing and almost sort of adding force and weight to what he's saying. Guys, I'm gonna wheel this back again. I'm gonna wheel it again.
My pills are in the cabinet. It takes all the strength I have to just ignore them as I pass it. Man, I hope this feeling passes soon.
So he said it takes all the strength he has to ignore them. So those pills in the bathroom cabinet, they're there within grasp, within his reach. But he really wants them and he doesn't want those pills. And it takes all his strength not to give in to the urge to take those pills. So this is probably what it feels like to have an addiction, guys. Sometimes people think that addicts are always happy. Some addicts are happy to, be addicted to whatever, but some, it is an absolute bind because they know what it's going to be like and they fight it all the way, but then they give in, and then there's the remorse, the shame, all these feelings because they haven't got the willpower to resist whatever urge it is, whether it's pills, whether it's drink, whether it's sex, whether it's other forms of drugs or whatever the addiction, guys. Even like an eating addiction or a slimming addiction, it's very similar to how it affects the brain cells.
I wake up feeling panicked. My pills are in the cabinet. It takes all the strength I have to just ignore them as I pass it. Man, I hope this feeling passes soon. Been hell and back, it's barely noon. I'm scared to go outside. Shit, I'm surprised I even left my room. And it feels like no one understands how bad I'd love to join my friends. It's hard to breathe, I'm anxious, and I'll end up staying home instead.
So his friends are outside and he really wants to join them, but because of the anxiety, feeling anxious, he just stays at home.
The doctor hasn't helped me much. He signs his name, I buy the drugs.
Oh, so the doctor hasn't helped our man Tom much. So he signs off on the drugs. But I think what Tom's saying is maybe the doctors, the health system could probably be doing more. Maybe they can try to get to the root cause of what the issue is. Maybe they have tried. I don't know. Maybe there's not enough money being thrown in it. Maybe there's not enough people being thrown in it. Who knows? But I think what Tom is saying is that, it's they're feeding a problem, but maybe not getting to the root cause analysis. And if they get to the root cause analysis, maybe they can stop the problem at source rather than just trying to maintain and just to, keep him on the status quo, just not moving forward, not moving backward, but just staying in that same, who knows? Maybe they call it limbo. I don't know. So the doctor hasn't helped him much.
Staying home instead. The doctor hasn't helped me much. He signs his name, I buy the drugs. I'm feeling weird, I take one out, it makes me feel comfortably numb.
Comfortably numb.
And I can't handle my emotions like I used to.
Oh, comfortably numb. So that was a song originally done by Pink Floyd. But I first heard of that tune, I think, was it the Scissor Sisters did a version of it? And I've since heard the Pink Floyd original, Comfortably Numb. And that just about sizes up and sort of just tells you what it feels like. Comfortably numb. And I've read a lot of books back in the days from authors like Chester Himes. And he's probably one of the best authors you could ever get to read, and he does all the gangster books, but he talked about life in Harlem in the early 1920s, 30s, 40s, that kind of stuff, 50s. And he always talked about, and he's probably given the best graphic description of what it's like to be on heroin and how it feels. And I think that's one of those descriptions, comfortably numb. Oh my gosh, guys, if you ever get a chance, read Chester Himes. I'm reading his books. I've been reading his books for many, many years. And I've just got back into reading them again because I'm in my reading books phase at the moment. I love to read books, guys. Comfortably numb.
Feel comfortably numb.
Hmm.
Man, I can't handle my emotions like I used to. It's all different now. I start to sweat. I feel confused. My fingers shake. My heartbeat pounds.
Oh, I remember those. The sweating, the shaking, the pounding of the heart and everything. You know, everything's moving 10 to the dozen. And yeah, you feel like your heart's going to explode and you're so scared to do anything. You're paralyzed in fear, or fear paralyzes you to do anything.
Feel confused. My fingers shake. My heartbeat pounds. And I'm feeling claustrophobic every time the closet closes because my skeletons are in there, so I have to leave it open.
Feeling claustrophobic every time it closes because his skeletons are in there, so he has to leave it open. Oh, guys, oh man, Tom's bringing me back to my very, very young days, guys. Oh my goodness. Yeah, anxiety is something which, whoa,
Pounds. And I'm feeling claustrophobic every time the closet closes because my skeletons are in there, so I have to leave it open. I'm just nervous over nothing, even shit I can't control.
Nervous over nothing, even he can't control. Guys, I remember that. Oh my goodness. I mean, I was such a scaredy cat when I was at school. I was even scared to get the teacher's attention. Like, say, for instance, how old would I have been? 6? If I needed to go to the toilet, I deliberated and deliberated until I almost had to get the teacher's attention to go to the toilet. I don't know why. I just I used to build things up until they almost became like, volcanoes. Just little things. Little things would turn into huge things because of being anxious and being, was I afraid? I don't know, but being anxious of, what will the teacher think of me? What will my classmates think of me? What will they say? What will they do? I don't know. And the fear is much worse than the actual, the outcome and the actual. Because all the teacher said, yes, quick, go to the toilet. But I used to make a drama out of these things, guys. Really? Really? I'm just going to wheel it again.
And I'm feeling claustrophobic every time the closet closes because my skeletons are in there, so I have to leave it open. I'm just nervous over nothing, even shit I can't control. I used to love to be in public. Now I'd rather be alone. And even
he used to love to be in public, but now he'd rather be alone. And guys, I can relate to that in a way, but I can understand what Tom's saying exactly, because I have spoken to a few people, who grew up with cameras all around them, etc., etc. But the weird thing is, people think that, after a while, it should become second nature. But after a while, for some people, it becomes a burden to them. And then they end up becoming reclusive, etc. From someone who was used to having camera flashes, click, 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 click all the time, to if they hear a click of a camera, it will just set them into panic mode. And that's so weird from someone who came from the opposite, like say myself, who would always try to just stay in the shadows, always creep back into the shadows. Didn't want their photograph taken, all this, that, and everything else, whatever. And then suddenly, now I'm in front of a camera all the time, and I don't even know how I feel to be in front of the camera. This is the honest truth, people. I just do it now. It's just something that I do. I don't think about it. And if I did think about it, I probably would be really scared again. I don't know. But I can understand that. So Tom was saying that, from being someone who was used to being in front of the camera, now doesn't want to be in there. He's going to retreat into himself. And that's probably a terrible feeling, because if you've never had it, then you're not going to miss it. But if you're used to doing that and then suddenly, for whatever reason, that you can't do it anymore, it's almost like, is it stage fright? That's what it is, isn't it? Say an actor who's used to going out I don't even know, it's treading, not trampling, sorry, really. So an actor or an actress going out oh, I've said it again, an actor or an actress going out treading the boards, to they can't get from the wings into the spotlight anymore for whatever reason. They, or someone with like a writer's block or something is now stopping them from doing what they did second nature. Who knows? Who knows? Whoa.
Are in there, so I have to leave it open. I'm just nervous over nothing, even shit I can't control. I used to love to be in public, now I'd rather be alone. And even though it's difficult, it's probably for the best.
And I can hear Tom's voice just emphasizing it in the background there. So this is probably
didn't
for the
make
best.
a change, I would have drank myself to death. Then I wake up feeling better than I did the day before. But then it hits me out of nowhere and almost knocks me to the floor. A heaviness, a readiness to get back into bed. A sadness that I can't explain, a cloud over my head. My deepest, darkest fears feel like they're filling up an ocean, and I'm floating on the surface with no hope to keep me going. I've been down on myself. Man, I forgot.
So he's talking about heaviness, a readiness to go back to bed. So to me, that sounds like signs of depression. Whoa, guys. Yeah, I've had that, guys. I've been in deep, dark places in my life. So deep, so dark. Man. Right now I'm in a good spot, but yeah, everyone has these days. Everyone has, sometimes days goes to weeks to months. Sometimes, you know, you just learn to live with things. But yeah, I haven't thought about this for a long time, guys. But Tom is just, yeah.
Readiness to get back into bed.
So he's just saying about the heaviness. And it's so true. And it's even like you're in bed, you know you need to get up, and you physically cannot get up. Your brain is suddenly telling you, come on, let's move, come on, move, get up. Something that you do instinctively. Like back in the days, whether it was the alarm, and I actually learned to wake up before the alarm, I just got used to it, and boom, I was up like the lark. But then there's those times when, for whatever reason, you just cannot get up. Even if you want to, you can't get out of your bed. Man.
But then it hits me out of nowhere and almost knocks me to the floor. A heaviness, a readiness to get back into bed. Sadness that I can't explain, a cloud over my head.
That's the word. Sadness. Sometimes, guys, yeah, you get those feelings, and I think that's brilliant, isn't it? Sad. That's probably one of the best descriptive words you can say, isn't it? Sad. It just encompasses everything. And it's in some ways it's not even a specific feeling, is it? It's just sad. Just like you look out on the world, and sometimes you feel that you are not part of it, that you're being left out. Sometimes you're on the outside looking in. You know, sometimes you want to get involved, but you can't, or you feel that you're not being allowed to be involved, or I don't know. And it's true, it's sad. That is the overwhelming feeling you feel, is sadness. Sometimes, you know, this is why I say, guys, we're all human beings, and this is a good world we live in, but sometimes there are people and situations that don't make it that way, guys, and you just feel sad. And there is a sadness and a loneliness that you feel. It's
nowhere and almost knocks me to the floor. A heaviness, a readiness to get back into bed. A sadness that I can't explain, a cloud over my head. My deepest, darkest fears feel like they're filling up an ocean, and I'm floating on the surface with no hope to keep me going. I've been down on myself. Man, I forgot how to believe in me. I never asked for help, now I just struggle with it secretly.
That's so true, guys. He's down on himself, and that's something I've always had, guys, where I look at situations and I internalize everything. I don't externalize anything. So, something happens, then I blame myself and I say, maybe I deserved it. So someone does something bad to you or says something bad to you or something. I don't question why that person has said something bad to me or that person has done something bad to me or whatever. I internalize it and say, well, what have I done that has made that person say that thing to me or made that person think that way of me, or even it's my perception. My perception may not even be correct, but I internalize everything, and yeah, and then I make things 10 times worse because then I start to break down and nitpick and think of all the bad things that about, or the bad things, negative things about myself. And I understand that. And sometimes, you know that it's crazy, but you can't help yourself. And then you get into that spiral where you look at yourself and you start looking at your self-worth or worthlessness rather than self-worth. And then, the spiral continues. And yeah, it's not a great thing to have or to experience or to be involved in or being part of, etc. But it does happen, and certain things may trigger you. Maybe there isn't even a trigger at all. It's You can even have like a good day and then suddenly, for whatever reason, you're down in yourself, guys. It's terrible. It's terrible.
Fears feel like they're filling up an ocean, and I'm floating on the surface with no hope to keep me going. I've been down on myself. Man, I forgot how to believe in me. I never asked for help, now I just struggle with it secretly. I wish that it was something I could sweep under the carpet. Trying to hide it all the time only makes the battle harder.
Oh man, that is so true. Trying to hide it all the time makes the battle harder. So I remember saying this before, and I've thought about this from the moment I first heard the records from Smokey Robinson. I think he had two of them. Was it Tracks of My Tears? And what was the other one? I can't remember the other ones. But basically, there's one bit who says there's you see the smile on my face, but it's only there to fool the public. Because deep down inside, this person is not a happy person. They're sad for whatever reason, or something has, upset them. But they can't project their feelings onto other people. So you see that person with a smile on their face, always happy, always jovial, always part of the crowd, always the energy, the life and soul of the party. But once that person's on their own or away from that, it's a different thing. They're not happy, guys. And it's really weird because I'm into my comedies so much. I love comedies all the time. And I've heard stories about some of the comedians, famous comedians. They weren't very happy people in their own private lives or away from the camera or away from the stage. It's a weird thing, isn't it? How you can portray one thing and then your whole life is something else. It's a weird one, guys. It's a weird one. I'm just going to read it back again, people.
Like they're filling up an ocean, and I'm floating on the surface with no hope to keep me going. I've been down on myself. Man, I forgot how to believe in me. I never asked for help, now I just struggle with it secretly. I wish that it was something I could sweep under the carpet. Trying to hide it all the time only makes the battle harder. Man, I lived a lot of moments that I probably should have cherished. Now they seem so far away from me. I'm angry and embarrassed. I can't even tell my parents. They don't need to keep on worrying. My mama and my papa don't deserve to have to bury me. I hope the pills I have will hold me over for a while. I'll keep searching for the strength to find my smile.
Whoa. Oh my gosh, guys. That's hit me. I think on this channel here at Urb'n Barz, I like to cover certain topics. I'd like to actually cover a lot more topics, but right now, I don't know if you guys know, but I've been shadow banned by YouTube. I'm going to say anyway, who cares? Quite a lot for a long time, because I've always been an advocate of freedom of speech, FOS as I call it, and to tell it as it is. But guys, on this channel, I'm always 100%, I'm always trying to look at the positives in life, the positives in these artists that I cover. I would always stress the positives over the negatives. And one of the reasons why I do that, guys, is because I know what negativity does to people and how negativity can bring you down and pull you down into that abyss. And a lot of my life, I faced so much negativity. But anyone who knows me will say I'm probably the most positive person you've ever met. Everyone who knows me, sort of thing. Like one of my nicknames was called Smiley, because I'm always smiling, guys. Because maybe it's because I've seen that negative side. Maybe because I've been there, guys. I know how bad it is, that negativity, and it brings people down. That I don't want it to project onto you guys. I want this channel to be a happy channel. But guys, I want it to be a truthful channel. So if there are things which are negative, we will not skirt those issues, guys. But having said that, I want this channel here at Urb'n Barz to be something the positive, yeah, where we get together, we talk, we have a laugh, we have fun. But if there are serious issues to be approached and broached, we will address those issues, but we'll always try and look for the positive out of the negative, guys, because being in a negative spiral is the worst thing you can be in, guys. And I don't want to be one of these people here in my channel here at Urb'n Barz to make your life a misery. We want to make our lives happy. Guys, this is Tom's Day. And I always say to you guys, Tom's Day is a happy day, guys. We want to have fun. We want to get together. I want to make certain you guys go out, you have fun, you enjoy yourselves, but at the same time as enjoying yourselves, you take care of yourselves, guys, because you're the most important people. But guys, sometimes when people like Tom MacDonald presents, stuff like anxiety, sometimes it triggers something. Sometimes I'll say something. Other times I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to look at the positive side of things. But with our man saying what he said, guys, I can relate to that 100% because I've been there on 1,000,000,001 occasions, guys. 1,000,000,001 occasions I've been there, guys. And guys, I tell you, it's not a nice place to be, and it's a place I don't want to be at anytime soon. But I hope I haven't ruined your weekend's pleasure here at Tom's Day, guys. We want to finish on a high note. And the high note, guys, is Tom MacDonald has turned his life around. So from the anxiety, from the pills, from the booze, from all those naysayers, this, that, and everything else, he's turned his life around. And this is the benefits, and this is the good I want to take from this, guys. You see someone like Tom MacDonald, he's been in the abyss, guys. He's been at the rock bottom. He was in, he had no money, nothing. Rat infested property, whatever, almost no money to his name, and he's hauled himself out of that into a decent situation. So guys, it can be done. We need to look at the positives in this life, and we need to, whether it's talking amongst ourselves, whether it's doing for self, whether it's talking to someone that you trust, whatever, or however you deal with situations, guys, we need to make certain we focus on that and make certain we always look for the positive, guys, and we always make sure that we pull ourselves up, guys, pull ourselves up, and we make certain that we make the best out of our lives, guys. We make the best out of our lives, guys. We have one chance in this world, guys, one chance. And I say to people, this ain't a movie script, guys. We ain't got someone who's writing a script for us. You can rub it out and start again. We get one shot, guys. So we make certain that the shot we do and the shot we get is our best shot, guys. Best foot forward. That's all I'm going to say, guys. Think positive, and good things will happen. But guys, that's the end of this. This is anxiety from our man Tom MacDonald. I've been blabbering and lavering again here at Urb'n Barz. I hope you enjoy what you hear. Please subscribe to my channel, guys. I absolutely 100% love all the interaction I have with you guys. You guys have been so supportive, and it's one of the reasons why I keep going, because I'm not getting paid on this channel. YouTube have not allowed me to get monetized on this channel or anything like that. So guys, I'm doing this out of the goodness of my heart, and because I enjoy doing this and I enjoy talking with you guys. So trust me, I've not earned 1 penny on YouTube, not a penny. That is the honest truth. But guys, besides all of that, guys, I always look for the positive in this life. Positive in this life, guys. So have fun, make certain you look after each other, make sure you look after yourselves, go out and enjoy yourselves. But most importantly, guys, subscribe to my channel here at Urb'n Barz, and make certain you come back to the next Urb'n Barz reaction, guys.